All right, welcome back to the channel. So Adrien Broner got something to say to Ivan Redkash, who went off on Adrien Broner. Man, good old gossipy type of stuff. Let's indulge for a little while in this conversation that actually could turn into a fight that Adrien Broner needs. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, my fellow boxing fanatics. Adrien Broner got a special gift of keeping himself in the middle of conversations. And during the time of social media, keeping yourself relevant and in the conversations is worth money. And it is a special type of marketing where you don't need to pay you don't need to have Ring Magazine on your payroll or have be on ESPN so that the writers on their network that are on their dime will serve as public relations specialists for you. Social media is about your personality, sharing your personality with other people, and whoever likes it, likes it. People gravitate towards you or they do not gravitate towards you, and that's the nature of the beast. Floyd Mayweather Jr., as Blood Boxing says so often, was the first person to really take advantage of that, and he took advantage of it to the tune of dang near $500 million. And Adrien Broner came up right behind him and is using social media as well in his own way as Floyd Mayweather Jr. has, because unlike Floyd Mayweather Jr., who is undefeated, who is pretty much a consensus all-time great fighter. Now, I know the all-time great thing is like everybody fought during time, so I guess everybody is all-time. But, that's just the kind of the nerd in me. But you get what I mean. There are many people from his generation that when they look through the history of boxing, they believe that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the best fighter to ever do it. And hey, man, that's their right. I don't agree with it, but that's the level of fighter Floyd Mayweather Jr. was. Adrien Broner obviously is not that level of fighter. He was a very good lightweight, very good at one. I do believe he started at maybe 130 and 135. So, but he's definitely very good 130, definitely very good at 135. But then, his career kind of went wow. Now, when back in the old days, if somebody's career would have went like that, there would be no coming back, unless for some strange reason you might, have the complexion for protection, right? I'm using that. I'm gonna steal that phrase. Unless you got the complexion that protects you, where you might be able to get a Mickey Ward type of career or a Arturo Gatti type of career where everybody knows that you are. Everybody knew that you weren't one of the best fighters, but they just love to watch you fight, love seeing you around, want to be in the auditorium with you and just want to support you, right? Or just want to hate on you. There's not a lot of fighters that could do that before the social media time came about that were black. It just didn't work like that unless somebody could tell me something otherwise, right? Another example of a black fighter, who shot up really fast, but all of a sudden loses, 5-6 fights in a row, but yet their name still stays relevant. No, I think the only one that I can think of that could do that is Adrien Broner. So Adrien Broner is, of course, now continuing to engage in what makes Adrien Broner. And that is talking shit over the internet. And he's doing an excellent job, dude, with this Ivan Redkash thing, right? Now, if you don't recall what happened with Ivan Redkash is the sparring partner for Gervonta Tank Davis, who Gervonta Tank Davis was beating the tar out of, right? The guy's at 147 pounds. Gervonta Davis, who probably was, weighing in at around 150 or something during that sparring match. He looked huge. But anyway, he's beating up Ivan Redkash. This is the same Ivan Redkash that I do believe was the last guy that Danny Garcia fought, right? So, a guy that is a competitive welterweight, Adrien Broner blows him out. But not Adrien Broner, Gervonta Tank Davis blows him out, and then he puts the video out for everybody to see. And, that's a little bit bad form, but, that was my understanding that it was bad form, right? But it gets out. Ivan Redkash looks a little nuts, getting whooped up by Gervonta Tank Davis. and what's his name? Adrien Broner laughs at him. Ivan Redkash gets a punching bag, right? Gets this punching bag and puts a picture of Adrien Broner's face on the punching bag, and then prepares to throw shots and punches at Adrien Broner, right? Really corny insult, but hey, man, I don't believe the dude is American, or nor does he speak. I don't think he speaks English extremely clearly, or it's not. At least it's not it's not his first language. So his ish talking may not be up to par. So even though the whole tape to the face to the of the putting a picture on a heavy bag and hitting it might be a little bit corny, or a little bit what is it, trite, or what is the other word, man? It's a trope. I guess trope, yeah. In literature, it would be a trope. I'm not sure if trope really applies in this situation. But regardless, you get me. It's just some corny shit. Now, Adrien Broner responds and says, "Hey, man, you walking your way into a whooping, right?" And they go back and forth. Now, Adrien Broner also has been back in training with Kevin Cunningham. So he's saying that Kevin Cunningham's, look, the cash cow is back at 140 pounds. So obviously, Adrien Broner is back training, looking to get back in the ring. He hasn't been in the ring in at least a year since he got that big payday, over a year, maybe a year and a half, since he had that big payday with Manny Pacquiao. But he's had some lawsuits that might have grabbed a couple of coins out of his pocket. I don't know how well his rap album is going, but seeing he's pushing 30 years old, and the only rappers my son is listening to are guys that are like 19, 18, 19, and 20. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hard for Adrien Broner to compete with the baby. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's going to happen. So he's back in there looking for a boxing match. Now, I love the fact that he's back fighting, and he's going to fight, because that's what he does. That's who he is. He's got more to offer. He's not taking a lot of punishment in his career. He's had some good amount of time off. But this is what I want to see out of Adrien Broner, or for Adrien Broner. Please, somebody out there, somebody, give this man a soft touch. Somebody over there in the PBC, give him somebody that he can look spectacular against, and that he can win and look spectacular and build up his value inside the ring just a little bit, okay? Adrien Broner having to fight Sean Porter, Jesse Vargas, Mikey Garcia, Marcos Maidana, Adrian Granados is a tough fight, dude. It's like, but this is a guy that should probably be at 140 pounds. Can we find some more like, Emmanuel Taylors or Ivan Redkash? Maybe if he can make Ivan Redkash drain down and say, yeah, let's have the fight at 100, and Ivan Redkash, let's have the fight at 140 pounds, or 100, a catch weight 142 pounds. Bring Ivan Redkash down a little bit. Make sure that the weight class is excellent for Adrien Broner, and then let Adrien Broner go beat Ivan Redkash. Because I've seen Ivan Redkash fight. I believe that Adrien Broner can beat Ivan Redkash. I don't know if he's going to knock out Ivan Redkash, and quite honestly, I don't recall what the outcome of Danny Garcia, if that went the distance or if that was a KO. But so I don't, at this, as I'm thinking and talking, I'm not sure of Ivan Redkash's chin or what that looks like. But, I do recall seeing him and not being particularly impressed, right? So I don't think Redkash is the level of an Adrian Granados. I don't think that he is the level of who, by the way, got a big win knocking out Emir Imam. I don't think that he's on Jesse Vargas's level, or definitely not on Mikey Garcia's level. Maybe he is around the level of Ashley Theophane. Like, matter of fact, pull that out for Adrien Broner, but pull something out for Adrien Broner, because dude, he deserves it, man. I did a video earlier today where what's this guy's name? Oscar Valdez was talking about how fighters don't want to take L's now because of, the legacy or the precedent that was set by Floyd Mayweather Jr. in his career, where in the second half of his career, where many people argued that he was cherry picking and all this, right? Adrien Broner ain't one of those guys, man. Adrien Broner's not one of those guys. Adrien Broner's a guy that is a guy that has been consistently giving people good fights, consistently giving people entertaining fights. And, shoot, if if Danny Garcia can get an Ivan Redkash, if Keith Thurman can get a Josecito Lopez, or even Errol Spence can get a Carlos Ocampo, right? Something like that. Or Tyson Fury, for God's sakes, got Otto Wallin. What's that other dude's name? Tom Schwartz, Pineda, and what's the first guys? Francisco Pineda Pineda and Sefi Safiri. So, like, he ain't fought, other than Deontay Wilder, he ain't fought anybody that looked like anything. I think at least give Adrien Broner at the end of his career or something like that. So anyway, that's my take on the matter. I love the back and forth. Hey, make the fight. But Adrien, you ain't getting $10 million for that fight. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace. Oh, also make sure that you subscribe. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you are subscribed, hit the bell icon and check all notifications so that you'll get all the notifications whenever we drop the content on the channel. Also, thank you to everybody that supports on the Patreon. Thank you to everybody that supports as members of the channel and in the live streams that we do Monday through Friday and OG Boxing Talk. And with that, I'm out. Peace.